So we have officially arrived at the hiatus for Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2, and today I'm going to be running down what happened in today's episode and talking about what I thought about the shows, and we're going to do this in 5 minutes. And also, I'm going to hold this timer in my hand to make sure that it goes to 5 minutes. We kick things off with Nate coming up with the Beast X spinning saber. And then we see Ben and Betty also have that comedy spot where they have the sword. And then Betty, I believe, was the one that spun around with it. I thought that was kind of funny as well, since it was a spin sword. Nice little joke there. Then we see the whole plot of the story where Zoey asked Nate if he could work on Zoey's Zord because it had some problems. And so Steel was like, wait a second, how come I asked the exact same thing to Nate, but then Zoey was the one that got her thing requested and got it accepted. So then Steel was like, oh, these two are dating, and that's the whole plot of this episode. I thought what they did with this was really nice as well. I thought the way that they had this dating story, and it also made sense with what they were doing with this plot. I thought it really made sense with what they were doing. Then we see the mayor and Roxy together because obviously the mayor needs Morph X to keep himself as his disguise, and so Roxy gives him some Morph X to morph back into the mayor, and then Zoey sees the mayor, and then Zoey and Roxy have their little fight, and eventually Zoey fights off Roxy, but then the mayor is like, okay, I gotta go hide somewhere. So then the plot becomes, okay, now they need 2 Rangers to keep an eye on the mayor, and so what Steel says is they're gonna volunteer Nate and Zoey to be the volunteers, and so Nate and Zoey then see the mayor, and they go off into the garden, and that's where they see the mayor talking to someone, and then Steel is watching Zoey and Nate have their little watch together, and so then Steel pushes a side of ramen together, and so Zoey and Nate almost kiss each other, which is a common thing, like the Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti scene as well. I thought that was really neat as well. Like the way they did this, it wasn't too much, but I thought the way they did this, it worked so well with what they were doing with the story, and it was like they had 2 things going on, but it really intertwined with each other, and I really like the way they did this. I really wish they would do more of the way they did this episode. Then we see that the 2 get distracted, and then the mayor runs off trying to get some more Morph X, but Blaze and Roxy fail to get him some. So then the mayor Daniels is starting to worry because he knows that if he runs out of Morph X, then he's going to transform back into Evox. So then we have this little scene where the commander is like, well, why are you 2 dating? And it almost failed the mission. So then they were like, okay, why don't we send Ravi and Zoey to go fight and to go protect the mayor? So they do that, and then we see that Roxy and Blaze come up with a Gigatron. I think it was a tiara they used for a robot. That's how they were able to make the Robotron for this week. And so then Ravi and Zoey then go to fight off that Gigatron, and then that's how we see all the Rangers coming together. The 4 Rangers going on to take the Tiaratron on. Devin goes on to take on the Gigatron. And then we see another attempt where Evox is trying to get some more Morph X from Blaze and Roxy, and then Zoey goes to fight off Blaze and Roxy. She almost gets killed, but then Nate sacrifices himself. Obviously, he doesn't die, so that's a good thing. And then we see the 2 work together, and then Zoey using the spinning saber to defeat Roxy and Blaze. And then now the mayor is getting worried because now he knows he's going to transform into Evox. Then we see Devin, he finally takes on the Gigatron, he beats him. So then we go back to the base, and we see that the commander changes the rule to where now Rangers can date each other, and then we see where the mayor starts to fret out, and then we find out that the Rangers know that the mayor and Evox are 2 things. This is the cliffhanger that we get for the hiatus, and look, oh, it's been 5 minutes. That's fine. Hey, we did it. Let's go. All right, so overall, what did I think of this episode? Honestly, I thought it was really good. The way they did this with the dating sequence, and the way they did this with the storyline that the mayor needed some Morph X to keep himself disguised. Meanwhile, at the same time, what they did is that over the episode, the mayor never transformed except for that one time. And so because of that, it basically showed that the mayor And Blaze and Roxy really don't come up with good plans to keep the mayor disguised. So the way I think they did this was really clever. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 5 out of 5. I want to know in the comment section down below, what did you guys think of today's episode? And if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. And until next time, I'm Andrew Michael, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thumbs up.